Hi everyone, welcome to week 2. Each week I will probably have a video for you that explains the weekly assignment, and so here we go. Odds and ends. Videos for each week are usually posted by Monday, sometimes because of grading and meetings and whatever it might be Tuesday, but I'll let you know through Remind if it's delayed. I have the discussion boards graded. I usually have them graded by Saturday or Sunday. If I'm going to be later, I usually let you know through Remind. I do not respond to email or most Remind messages on weekends because I'm preoccupied with grading. And also think about it. Would you contact a teacher on campus if it was an on-campus class on Saturday or Sunday? I doubt it. So give me my weekends for grading and then for some relaxation, and then I'll get back to you usually on Monday. This weekend I did respond to some people because it's the first week and you're a little nervous. Last advice, read assignments carefully, okay? Okay, the thing that you must be thinking most about is the log that is due this week. And you're reading the book Hillbillyology, and I'll tell you, last semester my students absolutely adored it. I have never had a book so well received in all my 32 years of teaching, okay? 32 years, I know that's a long time. That makes me really old. Hillbillyology is due by February 23rd, and you might think, oh my gosh, that's a lot. How do I manage this? So each week I want you to read 1/6 of the book and complete a log. So just take the number of pages, divide it by 6, and then read that number of pages for the week. Now, and then once you read them, complete the log. Now you can read ahead, but you must submit 6 logs. I should say 1 for each 6 of the book. I didn't proofread. Bad prof. Okay. You can read ahead, but 6 logs are required, and the logs are due on Fridays through February 23rd. And in the actual log assignment, you will find the actual due dates. There are questions on the log, and let me explain each one. First of all, the first thing I want you to do on the log is to place the page numbers you read. And for example, I read pages 1 through 36. Next week might be pages 37 through 36. One thing I want to show you is that PP dot is the MLA way of showing that it's more than one page. P dot is one page, and that's something that you want to squirrel away as part of the stylistic things that you do in writing. Now, the second thing you have to do is summarize the ideas in the box provided, and that scares students. So what is it I want? I want you to start the paragraph with the main idea you think the author was trying to convey in those pages. And then I want you to explain in the rest of the paragraphs, how did the author show that? If in the first few pages, let's say it showed he loved his family, well then how did it show that he loved his family? What is it that he said? What were the ideas he gave to show that? By the way, that's not the main idea of the first few pages, although there are more than one main idea, so it's not saying that it was wrong. Okay, from the pages that you've read, you need to find 5 quotes that you found important to the main idea. You know, remember you've said above, this is the main idea. So you need to find 5 quotes that support it. Or you can mix the quotes about the main idea, that support the main idea, with ones that touched you in some way. You know, that had some significant meaning for you. And I'm not talking about things like, he loved his grandma, so I do too. I'm talking about things that say something bigger than that, something that might relate to things going on in the world, or something you're struggling with right now as you get your education in those things. In the right column, I want you to explain how the supported idea or why the quote was important to you. Now, don't skimp on your responses. I want to know what you're thinking about the book. Maybe a passage confused you. That might be a reason why you put it down. So in the right-hand column, what confused you about it? What would you like clarified about that quote? So don't skimp on those responses. They should be at least a paragraph long. Not one sentence, or not one word like, yes, like you read something and you think in your head, yes. Well, don't just put yes. Explain. Now, there are questions. The last section you have to do are questions. And these are questions that should be raised about the main idea of the text, not little things like what's his mom's name. I'm talking about big issues that you see in there. Too many students last semester left this area blank and lost points. You must write 4 substantive questions about incidents, about ideas in the book. Write why and how questions, not content questions like what is his mother's name or will his grandmother die, those kind of things. I want questions that will, why do the hillbillies feel that the government is letting them down, if he hasn't answered that yet? Now, that's the one thing you have to do. The second thing you have to do is read chapters 1 and 2 in the Gill text. And students really like this text. I've been using it for 2 or 3 years now, probably 3 years. And students say it's a really down-to-earth, talk in their own language type text. And that's why I chose it. I want you to read chapters 1 and 2. And there is a quiz. It's true-false. But read your, book carefully. Take some notes. You can use the book and the text on the quiz, but it's timed. So you don't want to run, not read the chapter and then try to answer 10 questions in 120 minutes. It would be very difficult. So read the chapter, take some notes or underline or write things in the book, and then you can take the quiz. Now, the last thing you'll do is there is an assignment on page 50 in the Gill text, and I want you to write in the text box of the discussion board an outline that it asks you to do. And you're not writing the paper. The emphasis of this is trying to find a thesis. What is a thesis statement is explained in the book, and then using that assignment, I want you to see if you can find a thesis statement for the prompts they give there. Then reply to 5 classmates to have a chance at full credit. Let's look at the hillbillyology, at the hillbillyology assignment. It's right here. You're going to click on it and you're going to see a Word document. It may take a little while to come up. Notice when you scroll down the actual page, you can download it, and you probably want to do that and maybe even print it. Now, the first page are the directions, and let's go back up. The first page is the directions. Where is it? There they are. And it gives you the dates each of the logs are due. Okay. You're going to put the logs in the same drop box that's provided. Okay. You will need to read at least 1/6 of the book, as I said. If you're using a Kindle, divide by 6, and basically the rest of this is what I've said. Now, ignore this. I didn't change that. This is where you're going to put your page numbers. You're going to type your paragraph here. It will expand if you download it and type in it. And that's what you're going to have to do, is download it and type in it the paragraph of what you've read. Quote goes here, your key thoughts go here, and your text questions go here. That's about all I have for you today. I hope I answered your questions. If not, you know where to find me on Remind.